Welcome to the Embracing Your Unlimited Possibilities podcast, the podcast that will rock your world. I am Carol A. Briney, and I am honored and humbled to be your host on this journey. It is my passion to help you to hear and follow your inner guidance so that you can live the life of your dreams. This podcast asks the question, do you remember who you were before everyone told you who you should be? I am here to remind you of your intimate connection to Source. You, my friend, are a divine being, having a human experience here on Earth, not the other way around. And just in case you cannot see the divine in yourself, I will be here to hold that vision for you until you can see it too. Joyous Greetings! I am thrilled that you are here with me today. My name is Carol Briney, and I am honored that you are here, allowing me to be part of your never-ending joyous expansion. Today we're going to talk about being in the moment, otherwise known as mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a huge topic, so today we're going to do Mindfulness 101. Just a brief intro, just to get you thinking about it today. My first question for you is, how much time do you spend mindfully every day? If you are like most people, you will say not much. It's unfortunate that as a society, we have been taught to hurry up and just get it done. Get as much done as you can, multitask. We're all taught to multitask. We try to get 5 things done at once. And all that mostly happens when we do that is we make mistakes, we miss joy, we miss beauty, and we miss the wonder of what's happening in this world. All because we're not paying attention to the moment. We're doing one thing and our mind is somewhere else. My second question for you is, how much do you miss? Have you ever thought about that? How much do you miss because you're not paying attention, or because you're on the phone, or because you're trying to do something while you're on the phone? How much do you miss in your life? How many mistakes do you make because your mind is just not on the task at hand? Yesterday morning, I was thinking about what topic I should give for my next podcast. And during my meditation, I asked my divine team, as I usually do, what should I talk about tomorrow? As usual, the answer doesn't come during my quiet time, during the actual meditation, but it always comes soon after if I'm open to it. So, meditation was over, and I went out to the kitchen to get dinner ready to put into the slow cooker. I was chopping and browning and having a good old time doing things, getting dinner ready, and my husband asked me what he could do to help. Yes, I have one of the world's best husbands. I know it, and I'm always appreciative of it. So, back to the story. I told him he could drain the fat from the frying pan and place the meat in the slow cooker. He said he would, and then he got off on some other track. When he got back to draining the meat, he drained the fat into the slow cooker with all the other ingredients and almost threw the meat out. Luckily, he stopped himself before he tossed things, and even luckier, the slow cooker wasn't hot yet, so the fat congealed, and we were able to simply remove it, put the meat in, and have a great dinner later on. Things like this happen when you're not present in the moment. How many times has something like that happened to you? There is a Harvard study that states your mind wanders about 47% of the time. I would guess that with many of us, our minds probably wander closer to 80% of the time. But now that's just a guess. I have no studies on that. It's a guess on my part, but I think it's an educated guess. One more example of not being present is mine. A few weeks ago, I was cracking eggs to make a dessert. I promptly got the eggs out of the refrigerator. I got the garbage container that we use for composting and cracked the eggs right into it while tossing the shells into the mixing bowl. I had my mind on something that was coming up that I had to do, and I just didn't have my mind on baking. I was trying to get things done without being present. Now I know these are both cooking examples that I gave you today, but I'm sure that you get the picture. How many times are you doing something and your thoughts are on 1,000 different things? Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, enjoying the moment. When we practice mindfulness, it's also important to practice it from a place of kindness and compassion for yourselves and others. Practicing mindfulness is actually very good for you. There are thousands of studies that prove this fact. But even when some of us think we are being mindful, what we are really being is judgmental, hurtful, fearful, and frustrated. Where are your thoughts most often? Are you thinking good, positive, loving thoughts about yourself and others and the situations around you? Or are you judging people and worrying and condemning yourself and others and situations? This is not mindfulness. This is judgmentalness. Mindfulness, being present in the moment, can change your life. Mindfulness is good for you if you do it from a place of appreciation and love. It is a fact that what you practice grows stronger. So practicing mindfulness is one of the best things you can do for your life. See, there's no one that's perfect in this world, but we can all transform our lives to be better, happier, more loving, and more compassionate through the use of mindfulness. So, look for the good in everything that you do. Yes, even the things you call chores. Ask yourself, what is your intention? Is it to see the good or to complain and shame yourself or someone else? Are you looking for the good in everything? Are you being appreciative that you get to cook dinner for your family? You get to do these things. You get to do these little tasks. You get to write. You get to walk. You get to drive your car. Staying mindful for the task at hand is so very important. When we look from kindness and compassion, there are thousands of things we might notice. When we stay in the moment, we get to experience what is happening now, this very minute. What do you see? How does it smell? How do you feel? Do you see the beautiful colors all around you? Do you see art in something that is very simple? Does it smell wonderful? Does it feel good? Is it soft? Is it sensual? Is it rough? Is it smooth? We miss so much of our day because we don't take the time to be present. We miss our friends and our family. How many times do you talk to your children or your spouse, the people that you say you love most, but you are not mindful with them? You're on the phone, you're doing something else, you're paying no attention, and you wonder why we lose touch with each other. Because we're not mindful, we're not in the moment. So starting today, why not practice being mindful? Practice being in the moment and surprise yourself at what you learn. Please feel free to share your aha moments when you try mindfulness. I would love to hear how it's changing your life, what you have noticed and what you didn't notice before. What's going on in your life that you are excited about and you have just realized it's happening because you're paying attention. I would love to hear about how your life is joyously expanding with mindfulness. And so, until next time. It's time to say so long for another day. Remember, you, my friend, are an awesome, wonderful, delightful, caring, fabulous, beautiful, giving, superfine, divine being here on this planet to enjoy your ever-expanding possibilities. Follow your bliss. Allow your light to shine, and by doing so, you are automatically giving your best to the world. So until next time, when we will be discussing your unlimited possibilities, namaste.